Well, looks like a new Assassin's Creed game has been announced called Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Oh, what is this, like number 9 or 10th in the series? This is coming from someone who has played these games since the first Assassin's Creed. Actually, I wish I can show you guys right now. I don't have the games with me right now, but I literally have every Assassin's Creed game except for Liberation, and I think Bloodlines was one of them. It was for the PSP. The portable ones I don't have, but every other Assassin's Creed I have played, and I either own or like own physically on discs or own it digitally. It's been a good run. It's been a fantastic run, and I think once Assassin's Creed 3 rolled around, that's when people kind of got to the point where they're like, okay, you know, the series starting to get a little bit repetitive. And they did add some new stuff. You know, they did add something like the naval combat, which was a big thing in Assassin's Creed 4. It is kind of one of the only reasons why I'm still playing Assassin's Creed 4 to this day. Like, seriously, I'm still playing Assassin's Creed 4. That is ridiculous. I have never played an Assassin's Creed game for this long except for Assassin's Creed 2. And now, after Unity showed that going back to your old formula doesn't work, especially if the game doesn't work properly, they're doing it again with Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I will give them credit though for adding stuff like trains. Hopefully you can ride the trains and not just on top of the train, and how they had it in the trailer where you just have like the main character just stand on the train and just ride it around like that. No, I want to be like Red Dead Redemption style, go inside the train and sit down, and it goes to a cinematic view, and I want to ride around the city and then get out when I want to get out. So they're adding all these little gimmicks of trains and chariots and stuff like that. Guys, it don't matter what gimmicks you add. I think this series has run its course. Yeah. This is one of the only games I actually do buy from Ubisoft. The same thing with Konami. But I have to say, unlike Konami, Ubisoft does have other interesting games that you can actually get into. So with that being said, I think it might be okay to end Assassin's Creed now. And they're not going to end it with this one. No. Maybe they might end it 5 games down the line or so. Although I could have heard them, I could have sworn in an interview, I think it was IGN.com maybe, where they said that they have a way of ending Assassin's Creed, or they thought of a way to end the series as a whole. Good, because we really need to get to that point. It's starting to get a little stale now. It's first, you know, it's fun for like the first 10 minutes, and it feels like this with every Assassin's Creed, you know. With the first one, okay, I'm the wrong person to ask. I hated the first one. I did not like the first Assassin's Creed. I will always stick to my guns on that it was a shit game, and I don't care what anybody says. I think I hate to be that rude, and I hate to sound so mean about it. First Assassin's Creed, you know, I thought it was a good idea. Bad execution there. Assassin's Creed 2, you stepped up your game. It is possibly the best one out of the series. Brotherhood, you know, Revelations. I talked about these games. If you really want to know my views on the older games, watch my Assassin's Creed games video. You know, I have that on my playlist of my video game reviews, and I might put a link in the description box too. So if you want to know my full detail analysis on the other games, by all means go ahead and watch that video, because I don't want to recap it here. The short version is that, my god, the story for Assassin's Creed Syndicate better be freaking interesting, because as of right now, I am not seeing anything that should actually get me to buy the game. Besides the fact that I brought the rest of them, am I actually following the storyline? I heard they're getting rid of the present day stuff, at least in this version of Assassin's Creed, and I think that's kind of good. I do follow, like I said, I follow the storyline, which is why I buy all the rest of the games, but come on. The modern day stuff is kind of boring now. Especially with Desmond's character gone. You know, you got rid of that whole thing with Desmond's character and the Animus and looking back into his ancestors' history and things like that. You got rid of that storyline. Then you went to the Assassin's Creed 4 way of doing things, where you play as some anonymous person. And why couldn't you just make a completely new character? Anyway, so you play as this anonymous person in Assassin's Creed 4. Same thing in Assassin's Creed Rogue. You know, I made a review about that too. You're playing the same anonymous person. Oh, well, not the same. You're playing a different person who's also should remain anonymous. And Ubisoft tries to explain this by saying that, oh, that person's you. And Assassin's Creed Unity, that person's you. These are people that aren't connected with each other. No, they're just strangers that are supposed to represent you. Well, if that's the case, how come in Assassin's Creed 4 and Assassin's Creed Rogue, it's not the same person who they're speaking to? If it's my character, shouldn't it be, you know, or if it's supposed to represent me, shouldn't it be me going through all these scenarios? You know, with the... that would actually be pretty interesting if they actually had a character that was going from the Assassins and the Templars and back to the Assassins and stuff like that. You know, they was actually going back and forth, learning more and more about the history of what's going on. And that's what I thought they was going to do, but they didn't go down that road, so I don't know where it is now. I was so confused in Assassin's Creed Unity. I have no idea what the hell was going on. I didn't find that game interesting at all, which is why I possibly didn't do an Is It Worth video on it. Also because I don't have the game. But it wasn't interesting enough to keep me invested. I might get the game now because it's like, what, $15 for it? I think Assassin's Creed 4 is still more expensive than Unity right now. And my god, that's actually pretty sad. So now you have Syndicate here, which looks like they're trying. They're really trying to keep you invested. It didn't seem to make much of an impact with people either. It's not like people went out and went crazy for it or made videos like I'm doing, like, oh, here's my thoughts on Assassin's Creed Syndicate, or here's my reaction to it. I didn't see a lot of that. It was kind of played on the lowdown a little bit, and that's fine. Assassin's Creed, I mean, this location that they have for Assassin's Creed Syndicate, like the London and this era of inventions and metal and all this stuff, that seems interesting. And hopefully, if the story's a little bit of a bore, hopefully the environment is interesting enough to keep me invested. Not really much to say here, like Metal Gear Solid 5 was. I just hope it keeps me invested, because if it doesn't, I am done with this series. The last 3 games has been, well, no, Rogue was good. Rogue was good. You know, I will stick to my guns and say that Rogue was good. I think Black Flag was actually the second best Assassin's Creed I have ever played. And people can argue that. You can argue that all you want. Me personally, I think that's the second best. But with Unity, AC3, even though I was actually more on the positive with AC3, as soon as you got rid of the naval combat, I was like, okay, you know what? This hopping on rooftops things is getting boring to me. I know a lot of fans wanted it back, but why? Why, when they was doing something so innovative, you want them to go back to the same shit that you said was boring in the first place? Thank God this time they had a train. Well, guys, that's it. That's my final thoughts on Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I got no more to say unless I'm going to break out into some sort of rant on more of the other Assassin's Creed fans, and I'm one of them. So, yeah, that's it, guys. I'm going to have some more reviews coming for you once I start seeing some more movies. Okay, so I'll see you then in my next video. Take care.